I'd like to introduce the captain of the basketball team and the softball team, and the person who played goalie for the soccer team. He offered invaluable leadership on our team. In September, he's off to Columbia Prep. Please join me in welcoming Aden Wiener.
Congratulations to all my fellow classmates who are graduating. My first year at Steven Gaynor was very hard for me. I had a very difficult time accepting and believing my parents when they told me that I had learning issues. I was very angry that they made me switch schools and leave my old friends. The beginning of my first year at Gaynor was rough. I had a hard time finding a sense of community. That year, the day before winter vacation, I sat with a group of kids in the lunchroom that I had never sat with before. I immediately clicked with those people who I sat with. They remained my good friends to this day. From that point on, I started to feel like I belonged and fit in. I began to accept my learning issues, and I began to not feel as unhappy that I had left my old school, because I felt I had a community supporting me. I also found the teachers at Gaynor more helpful than at my old school. I'm very appreciative for Ms. Borders, who helped me with my transition to Gaynor. I also liked being in the show stats class my second year. Both teachers took more time to explain things to me than other teachers at my old school, and I became less scared to ask questions. My confidence grew, and I felt like I understood concepts better. I especially wanted to thank Mr. Meyer, whose class I've been in for the past 2 years. Mr. Meyer has made school interesting, fun, and enjoyable, and I will really miss him next year. He has taught me so many lessons that I will definitely take with me to my new school. Going to Gaynor was a huge risk for me, but I really benefited a lot. It has taught me to take risks in other areas. For example, in baseball, I had never tried the position of catcher. I was frankly kind of scared of trying it. But one day in Little League, I tried playing catcher, and I immediately fell in love with playing the position. To this day, I play catcher for not one baseball team, but 3. Sports at Gaynor has also contributed to my sense of community. I have made a lot of friends in the basketball, soccer, and softball teams. I have appreciated Coach James's coaching for helping me excel in all these sports. I am excited, like all my graduating classmates, to start a new school. However, I have to admit that I'm kind of nervous. If I take what Gaynor has taught me to Columbia Preparatory School, I am sure that the transition will be smooth. I am very grateful for what I have learned here, and Steven Gaynor has given me the confidence that I will take with me anywhere I go in life. Thank you.
Instrumental in the construction project on 89th Street. He's also the father of Aden Wiener. Please join me in welcoming Josh Wiener.
Carol much taller than I am. Those kids were amazing, and Carol, you did a great job. It was so inspirational. It was my son. Tough act to follow. Anyway, good morning everyone, and congratulations to the graduates and their families. It's a terrific transition that you're making and a huge milestone in your educational life. My son Aden has attended Gaynor since 5th grade, having transferred from Rhode Shalom. And the decision to move him here was extremely difficult for my wife and I, and frankly it was more difficult for Aden. He was extremely angry at us, and in the first semester of his transition was quite brutal. It was 4 months of nonstop complaining, and at times it was so bad that we considered sending him back to Rhoda, even though we knew it was the wrong choice for him educationally. Thankfully, his transition came just after Christmas break, after he joined the basketball team, and the school created a math class for several students and for him. Both great ideas at Dr. Gaynor's suggestion, and Aden has thrived here ever since. We're so proud that Aden will be attending Columbia Prep in the fall with his older brother. I'm not sure why I was asked to speak today, frankly. Perhaps because it was my involvement in the expansion of the campus on the building committee, I've gotten to know Dr. Gaynor, your fearless leader. He must know how impressed I am with him, and perhaps he knew that I would share with you my impression that he's truly a visionary leader and a terrific guy. If that's why I was invited to speak, then I guess I fulfilled my duty and I'm done. But I have a lot more to share. I don't know that nobody knows this except my own son and my wife, but I grew up one block from here, just north on West 91st Street, between Columbus and Amsterdam. In fact, you can see the brownstone that my parents bought for $23,000 in 1964 from the library of this building on the second floor. I attended PS 166 on 89th Street across from the old Claremont Riding Stables, the new Gaynor building. A quick aside, I joke with Dr. Gaynor that you know you've expanded your campus very quickly when your 7-year-old state-of-the-art building is now referred to as the old building. I realized in first grade I was having a very hard time keeping up with the other students in school. I could not read with fluency, and it was becoming obvious to me as the time passed in first, second, and third grade that I simply could not keep pace with the lessons that were going on in class. The Upper West Side was not what it is now in the 70s, and frankly it was much rougher, and especially north of 86th Street. And every year I was racially profiled. Because I was white, I was put in the highest reading group, and in September, and by Christmas time, I was placed in the lowest reading group. And the lowest reading group did not just have students who were having trouble with material, it also had some of the toughest kids in school. And the teacher assigned to that class was the toughest and best at dealing with truancy and aggressive kids. One of the boys in my class started a fire with lighter fluid in the teacher's shoes. It was a tough year. Many of my classmates did not attend school regularly, and they were very disruptive when they came to class. Every day going to school was a nightmare. I was scared of my classmates, I was scared of my teacher, I was so confused by the material I was supposed to be learning. Frankly, coming home was worse because although I felt safe at home, when I finally got home, I was alone and I was trying to complete my homework assignments and I simply couldn't do it. Either because I could not understand the instruction or I simply could not recall how to do the lessons that had been reviewed at school. Many afternoons till my folks came home at 6:30 or 7, I sat at my desk crying and breaking pencils in half. And when they got home, they were mystified that I could not get my work done, and initially accused me of being lazy. Those were really tough days. It was really hard for me then, and frankly, even recounting it is hard today. In 4th grade, I had a teacher who really liked me. It was in my homeroom, and she chose to spend every day with me after school reviewing the day's lessons and doing my homework with me. She took the time to explain to my parents that I had learning issues, although she didn't know what they were. She was a godsend, and with her help and my parents' newfound awareness, I began an educational transition. Not only did I begin to understand the lessons, but I also began to believe that I could learn with my peers. Before she helped me, I knew that I had good ideas and thoughts and I could speak well, but with her help, I began to believe that I could also write and read. The extra help she gave me that year put me on the beginning of a learning path that continued through my BA at Vassar College. It was at times a very bumpy road, but at least I was on the road. I was lucky I had that teacher in 4th grade that took the extra time to help me. Gaynor teachers are all like my 4th grade teacher. They have all given you incredible skills that you'll always have and you can always use. The gift this school has given to you is the knowledge that you can understand, learn, and advocate for yourself. When high school and college gets tough, and trust me, they will get tough, I promise, do not despair and do not give up, and always remember the skills you learned here at Gaynor. Although I was not the beneficiary of a Gaynor education, watching Aden get this level of care is as satisfying as if it had been me, and has helped me to heal old wounds. You can remedy issues even as an adult, and do not give up. I certainly understand the importance of a learning institution that creates the opportunity to give a child extra help getting through their lessons. P.S. I just spelled there, T-H-E-R-E. That's a sample remnant of my missed 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade lessons, and my learning differences. There are many other remnants. There are words spelled so wrong that my spell check cannot tell what I was trying to say. And there are emails and letters that I've written that I haven't proofed 4 times that people frankly say they have no idea what I was trying to say either. But learning at school is critical to life success. But learning how to learn, I believe, is even more important. Gaynor's mission, I have observed, is teaching kids to learn how to learn for themselves, all while they get through their required curriculum of pre-K through 8th grade. When children succeed here, they will always know they can learn in a challenging environment where it does not come easy. This will change their life forever. THEIR. Thank you.